Welcome back to What a Glitch, the show that has its own self-deprecating humor that doesn't actually make anyone laugh. I'm Aurum, and today we have Sonic Lost World for the Wii U and PC, a game that was critically panned for its gameplay, but hey, the worse the gameplay, the more glitches for us, right? Days after this game release, speedrunners and glitch hunters broke this game wide open, so we brought together as many of those glitches as we could for you to enjoy directly into your face hole. Quick note, all the glitches in this video work on the latest version of the game, so you don't have to worry if your favorite glitch from this video is patched out. Enough walking around the subject though, hold that L button so that we can roll into these glitches. The first glitch that we're going to blast into is quite the amazing one, in the sense that it'd be amazing if your eyeballs don't fall out after looking at it. Because of that, I'd like to mention that if you're prone to seizures or epilepsy, you may want to skip to this point in the video. The colors do feel a bit too bright, so we might as well just let you know that now. But before we can get into our most flashy glitch yet, you'll need to learn how to do a certain technique that can get you there. In this game, Sonic can run on walls for a few seconds by holding ZR to activate his parkour ability. He can also jump away from those walls, so that way he isn't able to run on that same wall after he's off it. At least, that's what's supposed to happen. Unfortunately, the developers forgot that they gave Sonic a double jump in this game, and you can use that to get back onto the same wall with the parkour ability all charged up. So basically that means infinite wall running. Now that we know this technique, let's head over to Desert Ruins Zone 4, where a bright new glitch awaits us. Make sure to stock up on lives because you will be dying often. You want to play through the level normally until you reach the last tornado section. It is an auto-scroller, so you'll be waiting for quite a while until you reach the spring and jump down, making sure to double jump before you touch the wall. At this point, you'll need to stay on the wall until the tornado reaches the end of the section, which you can do by alternating between sliding down the wall with X and doing the infinite wall run. As the tornado keeps moving, the camera will start moving up and up, but you still need to keep on that wall. When the tornado is finished, Sonic will be warped far below the stage, even past the death plane. Are you ready for this? I'm giving you another warning, because I am going to play this at full speed, 60 FPS. If this kills you, don't leave any comments like, "You made me die," alright? I don't want to get sued. Use the bounce attack to fall even faster, and soon Sonic will enter a plane of existence which is filled with rapidly flashing colors. Perhaps this is the origin of special stages? By the way, Sonic will not die until the timer hits 0. And yes, the colors do feel very bright. Even though that last glitch probably melted your eyeballs, that trick that was mentioned earlier has a few neat little uses on a couple of different levels. Like on Tropical Coast Zone 4, the first wall in the 2D section you can run all the way up, and after a couple of seconds Sonic will be running on air, and then you die. There's actually an invisible wall, or floor, that you can stand on, but if you go too high up you'll fall and lose a life. Even then, there's actually another wall later in the stage with much cooler results. With this one wall, if you keep going up and up, the camera eventually turns and turns as Sonic goes higher. Oh, and then you also die. Back in Windy Hill Zone 2, you can go up this wall. When you come down, however, you fall through the ceiling and nothing really happens. Now, I haven't tested this one out with every single level, but definitely feel free to do so and tell me what happens in the comments below. Our next glitch takes us to a place with more gambling than deciding to play Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. You're gonna lose that bet either way. Honestly, this little bug doesn't have much to it. Just go to one of the poker chips at the beginning of Frozen Factory Zone 3 and jump into it. Sonic will get kinda stuck. You can even get lodged in with a double jump animation, and Sonic looks a little shaky there. Anyhow, you can just easily jump out of this if you feel like, but otherwise you might as well just chill here. Feeling hungry for this next glitch, did ya? See what I did there? Head on down to Desert Ruins Zone 3 and get to this section before these spinning cookies at the start of the level. There's a strange bug involving the licorice flooring that can actually take you out of bounds or even to the end of the level. What you need to do is stand on this very specific spot on this small platform. You want to face left and align the left part of Sonic's shoe with the right part of the licorice wall down below. Begin by charging up a spin dash, and once you let go, immediately jump. Right before the very topmost point you jump, do your double jump and Sonic should fall right through the floor. From this point, you want to move Sonic until his head is nearly off the screen. Run and jump to the right, making sure Sonic bonks his head on the red ceiling. At this point, start holding left and Sonic should go past the death zone and fall freely forever. Now, as fun as it is to watch the fall of Sonic like in recent years, there's actually a way to spin this into something that we can actually use. After the first fall, hold left until you see Sonic on screen. The camera should change once, and then change again. Wait about 1 second, and then use the double jump and bounce attack. If you did it right, Sonic should land around the end of the level. All you have to do now is just make your way up to the capsule and the level's done. Heading over to yet another Desert Ruins level that has nothing to do with deserts, Desert Ruins Zone 2 contains a strange glitch that will send Sonic flying. After the last flower cannon level, the second honeycomb thing has a spot that changes gravity, and not exactly for the better. When you jump off from that side, perform a bounce attack and then things will definitely happen. The camera kind of spins out and then Sonic is just free falling again. Also, for some reason, some rings will just slowly creep in. Just like before, Sonic will fall for a very, very long time. But really, that long time is just about a minute or two, and Sonic will just die. But if you want Sonic's death to be a bit slower, maybe you'll like this next glitch. While back at the beginning of Desert Ruin Zone 2, Sonic is immediately shot into a mock speed section and goes for some skydiving. While in the air, if you aim Sonic to the far left of the flower cannon and mash the X button, Sonic should land without going back into mock speed. Compared to before, Sonic is going much slower. Now that you're in this normal mode, you can take all the time you want in this level. The homing attack works normally, however, if you homing attack one of the bees right before it disappears, Sonic just kinda floats there. Yeah, it's kinda disappointing. I'm just gonna smack it to this wall now. And now we're heading back to Desert Ruins Zone 4 for another glitch with that crazy tornado. Don't worry, this one won't melt into your retinas. This one may look similar to those who watched a certain video 2 weeks back. But anyways, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but if you've actually been unfortunate enough to experience it, the tornado in the stage will sweep away Sonic if he's too close. Of course, you probably knew that, but you probably didn't know what happened if you get caught at the end of the tornado sequence. On this very specific spot above this triangle in the ground, if you stand on it while making sure not to touch the trigger zone for the next area, when the tornado comes over, it will pick up Sonic and whisk him away to nowhere. Sonic will just be stuck there, spinning forever, endlessly, for a really long time, because it's basically soft-locked. Or you can wait out the timer, that's cool too. We got a strange one. In the game, there's a hint system in certain locations that pauses the game when you use it. In addition to that, the laser which also freezes all enemies in the stage when it's activated. Since this is what a glitch, we're going to combine those two details to make a spectacular bug. In order to kick off this glitch, it's best to head over to Windy Hill Zone 1 and grab the laser power-up. Find the spot that enables the hint button and activate laser, but don't press anything. On the touchscreen, place your finger on the hint button without letting go, and hold the A button with your other hand. Now with your other hand, or really just your thumb, press the home button. Alright, you can let go of all those buttons and fingers and hands now. All you have to do at this point is just press the home button again and you're done. Time has now stopped. Everything on the stage is completely frozen. You can kill enemies, but sometimes you'll have to hit them twice to make sure they disappear. But even then, the flickies inside don't move at all. As well, Sonic doesn't interact with certain objects, like cannons, rings, boosters, spikes, capsules, and springs. Springs and enemies can be locked onto, but springs can't be bounced on at all. There's no way out of this state either, so you might as well just wait for the timer since this clearly isn't Sonic Adventure 2.
Chaos Control!
You like glitches? You like Sonic? You like flying? Because we can get Sonic to fly well out of bounds in Tropical Zone Unknown. When the stage starts, hop on the cannon and immediately hold left and up. Sonic will be off screen for several seconds, and then suddenly the camera will be back up to Sonic. There's not much up here besides slightly glitchy clouds in the empty sky. There's also no way to go back down, nor is there any way to actually die. The only way, yet again, is to wait for the timer. Now for a glitch that doesn't have you waiting for a timer, we've got a good one in Lava Mountain Zone 2. At the beginning of the stage, jump over the minecart and immediately jump to the right off the rail. When you're right under the curved rail, use the double jump and immediately jump from the rail. Sonic should fly high up and hopefully land outside the water. You can run on the wall while up here, along with some other shenanigans. This really doesn't have any other use outside of looking funny or wasting lives. Kicking off our final glitch, it's only fitting to go our final form for the final boss and mess everything up. But that's not exactly what we're supposed to do. Starting off, you'll need to have all 7 Chaos Emeralds to unlock Super Sonic, and a couple ring items in your inventory so you can reach at least 50 rings. In the boss battle, homing attack Eggman, and when the game slows down for dramatic effect, activate Super Sonic. The game will go even extra slower for a few seconds, and Eggman eventually accepts his fate and just kinda stops moving. After a while, Sonic and Eggman will return to normal speed. Super Sonic can try to homing attack Eggman, but his reach is nowhere near enough and he can't hit him from so far away. The camera is also at a really odd angle, which can make it kinda hard to chase down the boss without falling. Sadly, the only way to fix this is to get close and homing attack Eggman, but it also means you lose Super Sonic. If you really want to keep Super Sonic, you have to transform during a homing attack with precise timing. But other than that, there's not really much else to this little glitch. I really need to learn how to end these. Well, that's all the time we have for this video. Please, please, please follow on Twitter. Also, thank you to my generous patrons over at patreon.com. They have been supporting the show, monetarily of course, and they've been giving me valuable feedback on early versions of these videos. Like, Sonic Unleashed was actually pretty bad before one of them stepped in, so shout out to Nick. And yeah, big shout outs to all of them really. And finally, thanks to everyone who has been watching the show over the past 2 years. Like, it really means a lot to me. So with that, I'm Aurum Dude. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to stay golden. Yo, that was like really cheesy.